Hi guys, welcome to the webinar this week. Sorry we're starting a little late, tech difficulties, it happens, but we're here today and we're bringing a special guest, Ingrid with Penguin Designing, and she's going to be talking about finding your niche and how to profit from that, which is obviously everyone wants to profit in their business. But before anything, we're going to go over some tech stuff because obviously we had tech issues this morning. So you might have tech issues on your end. If you find your screen buffering, guys, go ahead, refresh the screen, see if that helps. If it doesn't, we are recording this and it will be on replay right at this link, so you won't miss anything. And also, guys, be in that chat, be active, ask questions. We're going to have a Q&A at the end, and Ingrid's going to answer all of the questions. And so we're super excited to have her. Just a quick introduction. Ingrid is from Chula Vista, California. So she probably loves the beach. I don't know, but she is an animal lover. And she has the funnest hair ever. She has purple hair. And so that just tells you she has a lot of spunk in her. And so we're super happy to have you on today, Ingrid. So welcome, and take it over.
Thank you. And yes, I actually do love the beach, which works perfectly for where I am. So thank you for having me. And I am very excited. Thank you for the extra minute, guys. I am so sorry. My computer just did not want to start on time. It's a little diva. But let's just dive in. I am very, very excited to just go into this particular topic. And for those that have never met me, hi, I'm Ingrid. I am the owner of Penguin Designing. I am a brand and web designer. I've been doing this for around 10 years. So that's why niche, like finding your niche is one of the dear topics to my heart. So that's why I'm so excited for doing this. I have 2 dogs. I love animals, and that is something that you might see infused into all of my stock photography that I use through the actual presentation. So there's a reason why. I am also someone that loves personality tests. So in case you do too, I am an Enneagram 2 Wing 3. That explains a lot of things for some of you. I'm an INFP, so I am an introvert, and I introvert hard. I am living my best life, holed up right here in my office. But let's start with the actual content, because I feel like this kind of thing is so easy to say, oh, we all know how to specialize. It's fine. I already have a niche. No. A lot of people say that they have a niche or that they have a specialty, but they leave it at the very top level of deciding, well, I'm a photographer and I just don't like doing XYZ. So I know my specialty because I know who to say no to. But it goes a little bit deeper than that. And it's focusing on the yes and not on the no, the way that I see it and the way that I do it for my own clients, the way that I do it for my own businesses. And for my own business, I can tell you that the minute that I specialized, my business revenue went 5 times higher immediately. So within that same year. And it's very fun to see how those changes, even though they were not big changes, they were just seriously tiny specific changes that happened so that my messaging changes and all of that. It really brought in that profitability factor because I dived deeper and just exponentially connected in a better way. So for this particular presentation, I'm going to focus on 4 things. So 1, how it elevates your brand experience. Also getting discovered faster, which is very important, and how it makes your business profitable, not just because, hey, Ingrid had success with it. Like, no, there's proof for that. And also how and when to start specializing. So I'm going to try and follow the actual slides as much as possible because I can get very wordy with this. I am a nerd about this, so let's move on. Specializing, basically, it's finding your zone of genius, aka niching down. We hear the word niche a lot in our creative businesses, especially like myself as a photographer or as a designer, because I have both businesses running side by side. And it is something that I hear all the time. So that word, and I'm not sure if you pronounce it the same way. I'm sorry if you don't. I'm going to be saying niche and niching. That's how I'm just going to refer to it. But it is a profitable business move. And this actually is for any size of business and any business owner starting or already seasoned. And I'm going to go deeper into that when we go about the when to start niching. But this is one of the best moves that you can do in your business to really grow the business side, by going deeper with your clients and the services that you offer, because you are growing the results. So as a brand strategist slash designer, I deal with a lot of different businesses, and I start always with the part of the strategy that goes over the messaging, so that anything else that we build makes sense, right? So when you are thinking about specializing, I want you to remove any kind of negative thoughts that you might have of, well, I've been doing this for long enough, it's already too late for me. It's not. I will say this is something that as soon as you start, you can start seeing where you organically niche. And I'm going to go deeper into that. But my typical recommendation lands between having 5 clients already under your belt, because you already have a way to start moving them into specific columns of, I love you, I don't love you. And that's the organic way of doing your niche. That's how it starts. So if we go into a specific niche right now, like for your own business, I want you to not just set it in stone. It is fluid. This is something that's very important for you to understand. It is fluid. It will change. It is very healthy for your business to evolve into a different niche. It will go hand in hand. It's not like magically one day you're just going to serve a completely different audience, but it will go deeper and deeper as you keep growing your business, which will make you more profitable in the end. So niching elevates your brand experience. This is just a fact. Look at the businesses that you interact with. You are probably going to notice a lot of overlaps between the specialized businesses or the specialized professions that you book versus a general one. And this is something that we need to start kind of applying into your own business as soon as possible. So when you have an organic niche, it means that you might already be running into that path and not even know it. This is so common, and it happens literally without us noticing while we're running our own businesses. When we are just doing that day-to-day basis with our clients, we start to get that organic niche kind of laid in front of us. Even for those that think, well, I actually do a lot of things and I'm a jack of all trades, you could actually start dissecting those services that you're doing. And maybe if you have products for sale, the same thing happens. And you might not notice, but there's an organic niche. So think a little bit about how are you serving your particular clients? Do they share a particular industry? Are they in the same geographic location? Is their business the same in some way or form? It may be the size of the business. It may be the services that they particularly offer. What is the need that they have? So there's so many ways to niche, but you are organically giving that same kind of solution, and you are being that go-to powerhouse that they expect for that one thing. That's the organic niche that maybe you have not established as like a formal thing where you say, I only help with this, or this is the one thing that I do, but you are already reeling in those people by having those tiny overlaps that you need to start noticing so that you can have a more powerful messaging. So that immediately jumps the brand experience from a regular one that anyone can have with any business into, okay, no, they are specialized. They are going to give me what I need, and it's going to be top notch. So you are reflecting a style and a solution every single time that you interact with your clients. So it may not be the specializing or niching that you're used to hearing from people that say, well, you need to select one type of client that you need to serve or one type of location. There's so many ways of doing this. So I want you to think about the organic way that you might be niching already. So part of the elevating the whole experience is that you can serve your clients in a deeper way. And it's literally a more meaningful way. You deliver results in a faster way. That's just a fact, because you are good at what you do. You have this one thing that you know how to do amazingly, and you are going to be that accurate solution. There's that self-diagnose that happens when a client comes to you, and this is something that anyone in any profession can relate to. But for example, myself as a designer, it's like, oh, I need XYZ, a design of some sort. It's very rare that someone will come and say, I need this specific design. They're trying to self-diagnose and they know that they need a designer, but that's about it. But when you have a very specific solution and you're going to serve them in that deeper way, you are already removing those extra layers and you are able to give them a result that it's going to be better than someone that is just a general kind of service provider. So this is a win-win at the end of the day. It's a better service for them. You are being positioned as the one service provider that gives them that excellent brand experience. And they don't say it as, oh yeah, they give me a great brand experience, but they feel it. They feel like you were accurate, that you were prompt in your solution, and they got the results with you. So they get a better kind of feeling overall by working with you, which in turn just keeps growing your business. And they might turn into repeat clients just because they know they can trust you. And remember that it's just 7 times cheaper to keep a client than to try to find a new one. But it also brings you word of mouth. So it's like a little win-win all over. And it's just a cycle that keeps repeating itself because you're providing a better experience. So getting a better experience, check. Now, let's talk about how it helps getting you discovered faster and by better clients, actually. So we just established that they are going to get better results. You're going to go deeper with their problems. You're going to get that amazing solution for them because you are specialized in that one thing. Now, that means that you are known for something. Again, you might not have announced this. It might just organically be happening. People know that, oh yeah, you need XYZ. You've got to go with them because they're going to be referring you. They trust you. They had a great experience with you, and now they are sharing that. Again, that is a very organic way of doing it. Word of mouth is something that we can all relate to. We love it, and it is one of the surefire ways to get better clients and also to already have one foot in the door with those new clients. But it also means that your messaging is extra clear. So you know how to speak to your audience for this specific niche, this one thing that you can do for them. And that means that when they're looking for solutions, it's going to be faster to find you because you are not just going to be like, hey, I serve everyone and I can help you with anything. You are going to have that super clear approach to their problem. And that is going to be an immediate, yes, I need you. That is exactly what I was looking for. You are the right person for this because you seem like you know what you're talking about. And it's just the way that your business is going to start positioning better overall because you have a very clear, specialized niche just for that one problem, that one solution, that one result that you're going to bring in the best way possible. I'm not saying that you can't do anything else. I'm not saying that you're just good at one thing. I'm just saying that picking that amazing one thing, it's going to give you better results in your business and it's going to grow you and it's going to position you better. So you are being targeted with your particular audience. Now, the 4 ways that you can see it is you're going to get clear message. Yes, that means better marketing because at the end of the day, your marketing is communication and you need to be super, super clear on your own message, how you're going to be presenting your voice for your brand and all that good stuff. Everything is kind of tied together, right? Having that clear message, it's going to trickle down into how you are communicating over social media, your website, wink, wink. Okay, so on your website, that actually equals to better SEO because you have a very clear message of what do you do? Who do you serve? So when someone is searching on the web, guess who's going to pop up for them? Yeah, you. So that is something that a lot of people forget and they try to not push people away and they don't want to just say, I do this one little thing because what if someone needs something else? It's okay. I can promise you that even if you say, I only paint blue walls, someone is going to come in and they're going to ask, can I get a red one? I'm not kidding. You're not going to block anyone just by saying, this is the one amazing thing that I do. It just means that they are going to see you as the expert for that. Your brand is positioned better. You grow faster. You're more profitable. But oh, by the way, if someone comes in and they ask for that one thing that it's not listed in there, it's up to you if you want to take them as a client or not. but you have that specific messaging for the that are in need of your particular talents and skills. Obviously, this brings valuable content that is going to come out of your business, and this can look in like very different for your particular business to another. But think of like the having a simple blog, the posts that you share on social. That valuable content, it can be educational, it can be little skills, how-tos, frequently asked questions, things that are very related just to that one amazing solution that you bring to the table. People are going to be looking for that. They're going to make their self-diagnose at the beginning, and you are the expert that is giving them the answers. Guess what's going to happen when they want someone to take it off their plate? You are the right answer already, and they decided that. You did not have to convince them of anything because they know that that's your specialty. That's why you niched on it. That's what they need to choose. That's what they need to book, right? And obviously, we talked about this a little bit earlier, word of mouth spread just faster because, hey, I need someone who is amazing at XYZ. Oh, you should go with them because they are amazing. Maybe they actually, like the client is referring you, so they have that great experience with your brand. So they already are enamored with the idea that, hey, I got a great result and I was treated amazingly. Like they were super accurate, they were super fast, or they were great at what they're doing. So now you have that buy-in with future leads. So your word of mouth obviously just spreads faster. The simple way to start thinking about this, I know that we have all seen this in some kind of way or form, the little value proposition of what your business does and who do you serve and what do you do for them. So in case you just dismiss that, grab it and use it as your foundation. That is like the starting point. This is where a lot of people just do this and stop. I like to go a little bit deeper, but this is still something that I do recommend for businesses to do and to actually revisit at least twice a year. I might be overdoing it for very established business, but I see it with my own clients that are 7-figure businesses. Revisiting this one little thing twice a year allows you to make sure that you're still aligned with your specialty and with your niche. Because like I said, this is fluid. It will change and you might refine it. So that's what we want. We really want you to refine it as you go. But go through the little phrase. I help your niche audience with or to their specific problem through or with your service so that they and their specific result. So basically, for example, if I use it for my own, I help business owners. In this case, I'm just doing it very, very generally because we're going to go deeper in the further slides. But I help business owners monetize their website through strategic design so that they can make more money. So you see how I am very specifically telling them what I do for them, but it's because I want to get them one specific result. So this is that part where you need to be flexible and not just marry into an idea of, oh, I only serve XYZ type of clients, or I only serve people that live in a specific area. You absolutely can. But I see that a lot of people just stay in that part and it kind of moves them into that negative space that we were talking about before, where instead of focusing on all the positives that niching brings, it's just like, I'm in this little box, and we don't want that. You're never on that little box. You are the expert. You're bringing in all of this specialty to the table. We want to make sure that it's a specialty that is about the result that they get. So you are going to be more profitable. Your business is going to grow. I've obviously lived through it, and I see it with my clients, but in a very clear way. The way that you're going to see it happen is your clients are coming to you for a specific reason. If they stumble upon you because they were kind of in the market for something that you offer, it's going to remove the analysis paralysis. They're not going to try and self-diagnose so hard that they don't book or that they don't purchase because they don't know what to expect, because they don't know what to do. You are making their life easier. You're making their decisions easier. You're already putting up a big notice that says you are here because of X and you are looking for this particular result. I got that. I can do that for you. So the value happens even before they book you. they already feel that kind of breath of fresh air. Like they can breathe, they can just sit down and think, okay, I'm not being sold hard with this person. This is what they offer. And I already decided that I need them. I need to book them. So this results in higher conversions. You know how most people on Facebook groups or any other social platform, they're always asking like, oh, how can I get better leads? Where do I find better clients? Where are these high paying clients hiding? They're not hiding. You're just not really advertising to them for their specific problem. So it all comes down to putting it in an easy way for them to say yes. And I particularly don't love hard sales. That's just something that I don't like being sold hard to. Maybe it's because I'm an Enneagram 2 and I'm very sensitive, but I just don't like that. And I feel that I encounter a lot of clients that say the same thing. Like, I just don't want to be selling, like just pushing my product or pushing my services in that way all the time. So we bring all that valuable content that we were talking about before. We're talking about that one thing that we solve for our clients in a way that it's valuable for them. So we're always offering value first. And now all of these leads that come in, they already passed that first step. So they say yes. Now they already are a lead on your system. And you have made it an easy yes to be booking with you because you provide that particular solution that they are looking for. Their problem is really making them look, so they are more than aware that they need help. And you are the go-to person now because they know that that is the one thing that you specialize in. So your niche not only puts you above the competition, it's also going to allow you to charge more because you are no longer a general service provider or a general store. Like, you have one very specific solution. And just think about it. If you go to a general doctor, it's going to be X amount of money. But if you actually want a brain surgeon, yeah, that's going to be more. And you know that just because that brain surgeon is specialized in their one particular area. It's not that they can only treat one thing or do one little type of incision. Like it's just not the one thing. That's the one thing that everybody keeps focusing on is I can only do one type of service. No, you can do multiple things, but you serve one problem and you solve that. So hopefully that makes sense of that general to very specific. It doesn't mean that you're going to throw everything away and just focus on one thing and never do anything else, but you are bringing a solution to a very specific problem. And it can be really multiple services that fix that one problem for your clients. But see how now, instead of being a jack of all trades that needs to stay in an average position with their pricing, you can charge more. And it's going to be justified by the fact that you are specialized and people already see that. You don't have to sell that at all. So that is a win-win. They are making the decision on them on their own. You're not selling hard and you're still getting that sale. So you have also now the benefit of seeing your business grow in a consistent way and in a predictable way. This is something that a lot of people miss, and I want you to be very mindful that a profitable business will have a predictable income, that you know where it's coming from, you know how much a client is spending with you every single time that they come in. Again, I'm not saying that you're just going to offer one service, but at the end of the day, everything is going to be in a very specific average. You're going to have a business that is not going to be worried about, okay, this new lead, it sounded like they wanted X, but maybe it's going to be a smaller package. I'm not sure. Yeah, that doesn't happen anymore because you have that minimum viable service to solve their problem. And it's a specialized problem and you have a specialized solution for them. So you get predictable income that is on that profitable level that you want. You don't have to be offering the little small things that were not really making you money and that you really don't love. So there's less guessing in your overall profitability realm in your business. And I know that a lot of people don't like to keep track of things, but making sure that you have consistent income is what's also going to keep you profitable. You don't want to just make a lot of money one day and have zero coming in the next, right? So you want to make sure that everything's just like trickling down and that you know that the leads that are coming in are good leads and that they are that predictable income that is going to be coming in from that particular result that you bring to the table. So this also, as a little note, applies to any kind of pricing structure. If you have like a menu structure where people can choose from literally, these are my services and here are the prices up front, or if you do value-based pricing, which obviously is something that it's done mostly on the higher end of the scope of any kind of profession because it depends on the business and their needs, but you have that minimum that's always going to be there, and it's on that profitable realm for your own business. So you are making more money, your business is established as already a more expensive solution than a jack of all trades. The how and the when. At the beginning of the conversation, I mentioned that anytime is a good time, that I usually suggest 5 clients. I'm going to say now. Now is the time to start. I want you to start noting all the things. The sooner that you specialize, the easier that the transition is going to be. Remember, this is fluid, but you are going to be able to start charging more, to start being positioned as the go-to service provider or the go-to shop in your own, like, community right now. The clients that you serve, the friends of your clients that you have served in the past, those things start happening sooner, and that's what you want. So start noting all the things from your current clients, for the current leads, all of those things. Remember, you can always switch your niche. Like, that is absolutely acceptable. It's your business. You decide what to do. But I always suggest that you at least stick with it for a couple of months. If there's something that just does not feel right, by all means, change it up, align. Your business should feel good to you. But the sooner that you start with your niche, it's going to be easier to transition into that fluid motion of, okay, I can refine who I want to work with, how I want to work with them, and what is a solution that I really want to bring to the table, so that I can have that clear message and be absolutely sure that they're going to get that repeatable, amazing result every single time. Doesn't matter what client comes to that door. So let's break it down to make it easier for you to understand how I see this. And this is what I do for my business. Well, this is what I did for my businesses. And this is what I do with my clients. So I try to keep it very, very simple. And it's always kind of reverse engineering things into the smaller bits. So first, find something you absolutely love to do. Obviously, start with the business that you're running right now, right? And what service or product that you offer right now is the one that fuels you the most. Like, that one is just, yep, I am so happy that I'm doing this today. Try to focus on that one. And then one part that it's going to sound kind of harsh, but you need to validate that idea, make a little research, and see if there's interest, and if it is a market that you can tap onto, and if it's a growing market. And then you can niche down into it. So the search portion is where a lot of people get stuck or don't even do it. I am all in for you doing what you love, but the research portion is going to allow you to position it in a very strong way. If you go to a niche that is at 0, it doesn't mean that it can't grow, but you need to have a plan and a strategy to support the whole growth cycle, because it's going to be slower. If there is no like big need for it, you need to be mindful that you're going to have to supplement your niche for a while until that sets itself. And I can tell you that it still works. One of my particular experiences was that I specialize from just being a brand and web designer. I now focus on monetizing websites. So I do shops for memberships. That's my thing, right? Memberships are not a thing with my original clients. So I knew that my niche was going to be like slowly growing in there, but it made sense because of the results that I bring in and what lights me up. So do that middle portion, do the research, and be very mindful of what are people looking for? How are they wording it? Because that's the other part. You might feel like your niche doesn't have enough interest in there, but maybe they're just asking for it in a different way. Look not just for the service that you offer. So in my case, brand and web designer, people are not typically typing that in that specific order. They use different wording. So check those things. The easy way to do that is literally a Google search. You're going to see some suggestions that Google shows you of what other people are searching for that are related to that. There are multiple other things that you could be doing, but I want you to do it the easy way because I don't want to get super technical with you. If you have your Google Search Console, see what the queries are. People are finding you with those specific things. Is there anything in there that is kind of related to that thing you love, that one specialty that you want to move into? Is that maybe a like an alternate way that they're looking for it, but it's bringing them in? See those little details, and it's going to help you find that niche in a profitable way so that you can start moving forward down into that funnel. So in the back end of your business, it breaks down into who have you served and what's the result that you brought to them. So again, let's go into your past clients. I'm going to assume that you already have at least 5 clients, or that you've been doing this for a long while and you have a lot of people under your belt. Great. So look at who you serve. What commonalities are overlapping in them? Is it the service? Is it the result? Is it the specific location where they were located? The profession that they are? Like, for example, here I have a little map that says I have worked with florists and doulas and photographers, organic skincare products, starting shop owners, calligraphers, yoga teachers. This is not a lie, by the way. These are all people that I've helped with. But you can see that I used color coding. Yes, I color code everything. My particular love was creatives and people that were monetizing their website, starting a shop or adding some kind of downloadables, things like that. So all of those made it into my love list right there. I did make a Google search, and yes, shops, how to start a shop, start selling on your website. Those were all things that were looked for. So hi, my niche is actually validated. And so I niche down. I monetize websites. That's what I do. I can absolutely work with people that just look for a regular brand and website. Yes. But guess what's advertised everywhere on my social, on my website, on my newsletters? Yeah, monetizing a website. And I still get inquiries that say, oh, can I just get this? Absolutely. If I feel like I'm going to be able to provide them with the right result, yeah. So again, don't be afraid of specializing because someone might feel like, oh, they can't work with me. They will still ask. I can assure you, they will still ask. So this is the kind of process that I suggest that you do. Make a list of all of those clients, make a list of your loved ones, note it down, put little stars or hearts around them, and see if that is a valid niche that can bring you quickly jump into that profitability and niche down. Start really just saying, this is what I do. Be very clear. Your message needs that. Your audience needs to hear that. It's never a hard sale push. They absolutely need to hear it from you constantly. What is the problem that you solve? That is your niche. That is what you are bringing to the table. And again, there's so many ways that you can really specialize. It could be by price. Maybe you're going to be super high end and very expensive, or you're going to be a value proposition that is for serving a lot of people in a very I'm not going to say that it's lower in terms of the price. I mean, it is, but it's more accessible. And I like to make sure that that is noted as a positive thing. There is no good or bad kind of pricing. It is what works for your business and for your particular audience. There's so many businesses that help at cheaper prices, but they help in volume. And so they have a lot more clients, but their results are quality. So you can niche down by any of these. Absolutely. Maybe you only serve specific geographical locations. By all means, use that as part of your specialization. But my recommendation is always going to be go back into that one problem that you solve. And it obviously, that one problem might actually be a collection of problems that your client or your audience is having or needs that they have, but you can package it in one specific solution for them. So that way you are positioned in a market of, okay, I am a photographer, or I'm a designer, or I have a shop for this, but I am above the competition because I specialize in providing this particular result. I know that my niche, my audience needs this one thing. So for example, think about organic skincare, because I know that I always talk about creatives and service providers, but if we have anyone that has a shop, this applies to you as well. If you sell organic skincare in your shop, and it is specifically for those that have psoriasis or they have scars, Do you think that I'm just going to go and look for a cream on the web and magically find you? I'm going to go look for a scar cream because I have a scar and I need to look for something that helps, right? But maybe I go deeper and I'm like, yeah, no, I hate that everything has chemicals in it. So I'm going to go with an organic skincare that hopefully can help me with this. And if that's the one thing that you do, you are already the perfect solution. I don't have to be convinced. You just told me that you are offering what I'm looking for. So see how it's that immediate validation. I am making my decision. I am saying yes without having to be sold. So you are successfully serving them just by having the right message and allowing them to find you, allowing them to say, okay, I made the decision that I'm kind of self-diagnosing, and that's something that goes deeper into how you help them, but you let them realize that they have a specific need and they have to say yes, and then you're going to see, okay, this is their problem, and you're going to solve it. You are the expert for a reason. So it's like going to the doctor, hey, something hurts, but I'm not going to tell him I need a surgery because it hurts. Like, I'm going to self-diagnose up to a point that I need a doctor, but the expert is going to tell me what I need. So this is exactly the same kind of situation in here. They're going to look for very specific things that they think they need. But once they get to you, you're going to solve their problem, and you are going to be the expert for them. You're going to be the one that tells them this is how that problem gets solved, or your solution comes in this particular package, aka your service. So really, you're growing that trust factor. They're relying on you. You're making it easy for them to say yes. So they're more likely to have less of a how can I say this? It's like there's less friction in that transaction. Again, there's not a hard sale to be done, and your niche is just automatically positioning you for that. Now, this is my particular philosophy: double niche down. By all means, start niching, but I assure you that you're going to be even more profitable. You double niche down. How to double niche down? This is literally something that's going to happen organically for you, but if you can be very conscious about it, it's going to be better. So you start niching, great. Now, remember that fluidity that we want in there? This is going to help you move into profitable paths within that fluidity. So as an example, and I have it here in the slide, it's just easier because my brain is designer brain, right? So let's say I have a graphic designer in front of me, and they're great at doing logos and collaterals. Awesome. So now you are turning more into the path of a brand designer because you need to understand the business in order to design their logos and their colors and all of that psychological stuff that goes into it, right? But if we double niche down, what kind of clients do they absolutely love to work with? Who do they immediately get the most and bring the best results to? What if it's wellness practitioners? Guess what? Now they're going to be wellness practitioners like focused, and so they can serve that audience with their gift and their skill. So if you go deeper into that, if you double niche down on that in the future, as you go through that fluid state of just keep evolving on your ideal specialization, what if these wellness practitioners are not just service providers, but they are a CAP and they just want to start serving one-to-many, and they're going to start offering courses, and you realize that is something that you absolutely adore. Guess what? You just double niche down on that. And so you moved from, I'm just a graphic designer, a strategist. Oh, yay, I'm a brand designer. Oh, look, I love serving wellness practitioners, into, oh, I help wellness practitioners grow with their courses. So see how you just keep going down, 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 and be very specific. Someone that is stuck at that realm, and for the sake of this example, if someone is a wellness practitioner and they're trying to start their course and they're stuck at, I don't even know who do I need, because there's not such thing as a title that says, I am a graphic designer for courses. Like, it's very rare that they're going to search very literally like that. But when they find you and your messaging is extremely clear, they're going to feel like, yep, I'm at the right spot. You get exactly what I'm looking for. I didn't even know how to put it into words, but you just did it for me. Your message is clear. Your promise is clear. The results that I'm going to get are clear. You are a no-brainer yes for me. So this is where, after you niche, I want you to just kind of bet on yourself and double niche down. It increases your profitable business strategy just by doing it. You don't have to force a sale or anything. It just will happen organically. Now, the resistance portion is something that I like to touch on because I know that you're kind of resisting. A lot of people are still going to say, like, yeah, I don't want to say no to clients. Like, I just want my business to be flowing with leads that want to book me. But that's the thing. The leads that are going to come in organically because you are that amazing specialized person that they need are always going to be better than just the price shoppers or those that are still in a research spot that they don't even know what they need. Like, you want to make that better for your own business. You want your conversion rates to go higher. You want to stop trying to see if this sticks or if that sticks. Like, it's okay. You're not saying no to clients. You're just focusing on the yes. You're exponentially just focusing on that one thing that you bring to the table, that solution. So you're actually creating more opportunities for better clients. You're not saying no to someone just because, oh yeah, no, I didn't say that I could work with you, so it's a no. No. And people will still ask. I believe me, they still ask. So even those that you don't want to work with anymore, those types of clients still come back. So stop resisting the change. It will happen. Even if you don't do it intentionally. Remember that start of the presentation where I said that you might have an organic niche? It happens and it will happen all the time. So by being strategic about it, you're going to be more profitable. So this is really my whole point. Stop resisting, move into that niche. If it's happening organically, great, but be very intentional so that your niche is what you love to do, what brings you the better clients, what brings you more money and consistent income that you want so that your business can keep growing. And this is why it works for big or small businesses. Because when you're starting, you get faster at doing those profitable moves. And when you are running a very profitable business, you can grow that even more. You have the systems behind you. You have proven to yourself that you know how to be a great business person. So guess what? It's time to move even to a higher space. And that happens when you are specialized, when you have that niche. If you stay general, you're going to get clients from all different kind of professions, all different kind of needs. Some might need some big packages, great. Some might need some smaller ones, and they might not be your favorite. You're going to be super efficient on some clients, and then some of them are going to be harder. And that's just normal because you are serving everyone. But if you go and specialize, you're going to get clients that already trust you. They come from better word of mouth past clients. They are better leads. You're going to get more referrals, by the way. So you also have more control over your money. We talked about that, the predictable income. There's no going lower as well. And you're just more efficient in every single client that you work on because you know exactly what they need and how to get that result. So I'm still saying specialize is the way to go as soon as possible. Doesn't matter if you are super old in the business or you're just fresh, it will help you. So hopefully all of that shows you my love for specializing and how it can help you. And it was easy enough to break it down and to start doing it ASAP. But if you want to go at your own pace and do all the things that I just showed you right here, I do have a workbook for you. So you can go to that link. So it's at my website, penguindesigning.com/showitniching. So that workbook is literally the process that I follow for my own businesses. And it's a process that I follow with my clients. And you can do it on your own. So hopefully that makes sense and that it's easy to start just doing those profitable business moves and just grow your business in a way that you love, serving clients that you absolutely adore, and doing the best with the gifts that you have. So thank you.
Awesome. That was so good. We have a ton of questions in the chat, but one of the main things, the confidence is real coming off of you when it comes to niching. So if you guys didn't feel it, grab those vibes off of Ingrid and let's start doing that. But let's just hop right into the questions. We have a question from Anna. Well, I guess it's not really a question. She just kind of wants to know when you how you niched down in your business that brought you 5 times the growth?
Okay, so it was a combination of removing services that I did not love. There were small things that took a lot of time. So I was able to put more time into my CEO role, into marketing, and into serving bigger projects that, because of my specific profession, because I do branding and web design for monetizing businesses, blah, 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 and all of that. Like my thing with the shops and the memberships, it takes a lot of time to strategize with the client, specifically what they need. So I needed more time in my plate. And that only came from removing pieces that were not really that profitable for me to keep doing. And now I can serve better. So the prices went up. I had a limited menu, so to speak, of services that people could choose from, because now I only serve with this particular thing. And I still have a lot of things that I can do for clients. So I'm not saying that you're going to remove all the things, but when you take off those little smaller ones that are just taking your time and not bringing you too much money, yes, your revenue will jump. And for me, the numbers, the way that when I see the charts from 4 years ago, 4 years, almost 5 years, 4 years. Anyways, 4 to 5 years, I double niche down into just that shop and membership. And from there to now, I can tell you it's been 5 times my revenue. So it's, yeah, it's there.
There you go. Awesome. So we have a question from Alejandra. She says she understands the value of niching down, but how do you do it? You mentioned organic niching. What are some signs that you're doing that already?
Ale, hey, okay, I see her face, and yeah, we're going to on Instagram. I love her. So, okay, so organic niching happens without you noticing because you're not putting attention to it, right? But start looking at the specific referrals that you're getting, specific questions, or the messages that you get in your lead forms. You're going to start seeing specific words that people are using over and over again. So, oh, I need a specific type of session, or so-and-so recommended me. Okay, so so-and-so had maybe a family portrait session. Maybe it was a branding session with you. What kind of referral is it? What kind of reseller they're looking for? So that organic niche, you might have still just put up in your website, like, hey, I serve anyone and everyone. I'm just going to be shooting everyone. Yay, we're going to have amazing time together. But if the referrals are coming mostly from families or weddings or businesses, look at those. Those are your like hotkeys that are flashing at you that say, this is your organic niche happening right now. Whether you want it or not, it's happening. Now, that's up to you to say, yes, I want you, and go deeper, or start shifting your messaging so that you can weed out some of those that you don't want.
There you go. Okay. And that's awesome. Alejandra had a follow-up question. She says, how do you pivot and tell your audience about the change?
Okay, so this depends on your audience in terms of how are you currently communicating with them, how much they are in touch with you, so the engagement that you have or that they have with you in this case. And I'm not just saying like in social, are they leaving comments and liking your stuff? Like, no, like how much do they speak with you? Like literally reply to newsletters, send you messages. Like depending on how deep that connection goes, you need to be kind of prepping them to make that switch so that it's not just out of the blue and what the heck happened here, because they're going to break that trust. So for example, if you and I actually talk on DMs, right? So we've never met, but we connected that way, and I'm really happy that you came here. So if I suddenly stopped being a brand and web designer, and I just magically said, oh, you know what? I'm just literally going to start painting murals, and that's my new thing. It's going to be a shock. Like, what happened? How did it happen? And goodbye. Like, if you have a really good relationship with your community, announce it, start saying it, and make it a slow transition and make them part of that change so that it feels like they can still trust you and there's no kind of disconnect. If you are kind of new, or if you are not that engaged with your community, by all means, just shift and start talking everywhere about your new niche, and you're going to be fine. Because there's no trust to be broken. You're actually just going to go up, up, up.
That makes sense. Awesome. Okay, so we have another question from Kristen Watson with Food Play Go. She says, "How do you SEO your niche?"
So yeah, I told you there's so many ways
Tomato,
to say it.
tomato, right?
At this point, everybody understands. So in order to SEO, it's not really like you're going to SEO your niche. You're going to search what is currently being searched by your audience so that you can see the volume. And you are going to use their words everywhere where you put your message and your communication. So obviously your website is going to be one of the biggest spots that you can use. That's organically going to bring you people. If you use your clear message and you use those particular keywords that your audience is already looking for to find the solution that you bring, again, this might not be exactly what you call the things, but you need to, that's where the research portion comes in. You grab their own words and you use that in your messaging. And it's okay to have their words and yours, so that they start associating, oh, yeah, that's what I was looking for, because you're the expert. Again, you're bringing that solution to them. So by SEOing your niche, it's researching it, grabbing the words that they're using, see the volume of searches that happen, see what Google suggests as the related searches, because that tells you other things that people are searching for that particular problem that they're trying to solve. So that will be your SEO start. And that is something that I currently do for every single piece of content that goes out, because I want to make sure that one is obviously aligned to my business, but it's something that's actually being searched for and validated before I put my time into it.
Okay, awesome. Well, hopefully that answered your question, Kristen. Awesome. So we have another question from Lauren with Salted Pages. Her question is, how do you turn down clients that are outside of your niche?
Okay, so that is a hard one for someone like me that just wants to say yes to everyone because my heart wants to serve, but it is very necessary, and you're actually going to be making a better connection with them if you say no to them. Now, in order to say no, again, it depends on a couple of factors here that I would just kind of generalize. Do you have in your website marketing, social media, whatever, do you have a very specific and clear, I only do this? So I help specific professions, like I only work with wedding professionals with their copywriting, or I only do XYZ. If you have that very clear, then it's easier to just have a canned email somewhere in there in your CRM system that says, thank you so much for coming to me. I currently only serve XYZ. Thank them for their time. If you have referrals for them, this is a great spot to plug them in. So having those connections in your community are awesome. Mm-hmm. If it's someone that, in this case, if you don't have that specific clear message and it's more of a, hi, I'm General, I am a designer, or I'm a copywriter, or I'm a photographer, and they don't know, you can let them still know, yes, thank you so much for contacting me. I always like to say thank you. So you go with that thank you, mm-hmm. and still reiterate, I am currently working with only this type of people. Thanks for inquiring. Here are some connections that you might want to tap into. They might be able to serve you better. So value. That brand experience needs to be there, even if they don't actively work on a project with you.
Awesome. That was so good. All right. So we have another question from Michelle Silva. She says, how do you know when to start charging more for specializing in a specific niche?
Ooh, that's a good one. Okay. Sorry. Putting some tea. It depends. Everything depends. Wow. So it depends on your business. How established are you? How long have you been in business? How many businesses have you served in that particular problem that they have? A good rule of thumb, for example, for photographers, when I work with photographers and we're kind of doing their brand strategy and they are niching down, once they have served 3 clients under that particular niche, mm-hmm. and they have produced consecutive great results, it's time to move up the price. Okay. Up to you how much you want to move it, but also look at your market. If you are a doctor and you magically now are a brain surgeon and you see that, oh, well, I was charging $500, now I'm going to charge $600, and the rest of the brain surgeons are charging $10,000, that is a good mark that you could be charging $8,000 and still be under the market and be making way more than you were making at the moment as a general doctor. So it is a time result kind of mix in there, but the more experience that you have serving already in your niche, mm-hmm. the faster that you can start moving those prices up, because your results are repeatable. You bring that to the table every single time, and you know that you're going to be able to serve those people that are coming in at the new pricing.
Yeah. And if you didn't catch that, don't undervalue yourself. Make sure that you are valuing yourself and your time. Okay, so we have one last question from Lauren with Happy Hour Virtual Assistants. Do you have any tips on networking with or seeking clients with your niche?
Okay, so for networking and trying to establish that community, if it's something that is currently very different from what you do and you just want to tap into it, the first thing that I would recommend is in social media or in LinkedIn, whichever feels best to you. If it's going to be more of a business to business relationship and it's more on the corporate side, go to something like LinkedIn. But if it's more on the small business to small business or even business to client, mm-hmm. social media is a really good spot, because you can start listening to how they speak and what problems they have in that particular niche. So literally on Facebook, you have the little search bar. Search for your specific words, and you can search to see posts, and you can see what groups those posts were posted in, even if those are not your groups. If they are public or open, you can just see that and start joining those kind of groups. If it's on something like Pinterest or Instagram where you want to see like what are they searching for, your hashtags are going to be that one key frame that you want to like go for, and follow the hashtag, because that means that that person is using that at some point when they're searching, and you're going to see what kind of businesses pop up. So it may not be your direct client that's popping up, but you're going to see the business. Now you can do a little stalking and go through the business and see what kind of persons they're interacting with. So you're growing your community strategically, and you're making new friends.
Awesome. Well, that is all of the questions that we have for today. So Ingrid, thank you so much for hosting or welcoming or bringing your knowledge to the screen today. It was awesome. And guys, remember, this is on recorded, so come back to this link. There was a lot of information given today if you need to rewatch, re-listen. And if you have any questions, feel free to reach out to Ingrid on her Instagram, Penguin Designing. She would love to be your friend. And so we will see you guys on the next webinar. Have a good day.